Hey everybody, good afternoon. Welcome to the Paradigm Shift. Today uh, we're having some technical issues. We were supposed to go live on Facebook, but now we're here on Instagram. And today we have with us for our 50th episode, Dr. Chanakya Pillai, Dr. Radhakrishan Pillai. So we'll just wait for him to join in. Oh, he's joined in. Let's just add him to. Hi, good afternoon, doctor. How are you?
Very fine. How are you?
Oh my God, this is like such a problem.
Today, so I think, the before everything good start, there has to be some little bit of a challenge. We have already overcome it.
Absolutely. Today is our 50th episode, Doctor, and this is like a big one for us. And we have all these beautiful, people who inspire. And today we have one of the best, Dr. Radhakrishan Pillai. Doctor, just before we go into the live and all your followers join us, let me read a little bit to introduce you to them.
Thank you.
Dr. Radhakrishan, Dr. Radhakrishan Pillai, he's an author, business coach, founder of Chanakya Anvikshiki Private Limited, the deputy director of CIILS Mumbai University, visiting faculty at IITMs, IIMs, IISCs, being a trainer and strategy consultant to over 500 organizations like the Indian Army, the Navy, and the Air Force. Wow. He has authored 15 best-selling books based on his extensive research on Acharya Chanakya and the Arthashastra. Dr. Radhakrishan Pillai has a PhD from the Mumbai University in Department of Philosophy. He has an MA in Sanskrit. He has a PhD in Arthashastra. He has a certified management consultant from the International Institute of Management Consultant, and he trains leaders and aspirants from various fields, including the corporate politics, academics, and the military. Wow, this is such an honor, Dr. Pillai.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be on your platform as well, Shadji. The beauty of Chanakya is like a master password. You can enter into any place, corporate, academia, politics, armed forces. And I'm so glad that I'm
Wow.
part of the paradigm shift also today. Thank you so much.
Amazing. So this has probably been quite a journey for you. Your story is a paradigm shift. So should we begin at the very early, like your childhood? How does Dr. Chanakya Pillai's childhood look like? Tell us about it.
So very, very ordinary childhood, typical, Mumbai young boy whose parents had migrated
Okay.
from Kerala. So I'm first
Huh.
generation in Mumbai, and the only middle class aspirant is padho, likho, or naukri karo. But
Okay.
one thing definitely stands out in my childhood is my parents and my family.
Okay.
Because I think in India, your childhood can never be complete without your family and friends. So,
Right.
wonderful parents, my father is highly spiritual. My mother taught me the right values. And one thing
Yeah.
distinctly that stands out is right from childhood, I've been part of Chinmaya Mission, which is a
Okay.
spiritual organization. So, I don't know if you go back to childhood, very ordinary, but I think probably God had that, some better work for me to do. So foundations काफी spiritual रहा है.
Wow, that is so good. That is so good. So that's how I actually got in touch with you because my husband's cousin sister, Dr. Praveen Behel, she is a part of Chinmayanand and she is completely in awe of you. And she says, I have seen Radha grow. She just calls you Radha. I have seen him grow strength to strength. And I'm so thankful to her for, giving us your reference. This is so beautiful. Okay, so Dr. Pillai, tell us what attracted you to Chanakya? Why Chanakya?
Yeah. So I think as I started right from my childhood, there has been a background where I used to study Indian scriptures right from the Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, Mahabharata. And my
Yeah,
father also believed that you should learn a lot of Indian wisdom and knowledge as well. So
Okay.
because of the Chinmaya Mission background, that the reading, studying was there. But when I went into business almost 20 years ago, I said, I'm already having an MBA degree. I worked in the corporate world, but I think
Yeah.
somewhere if I'm running an Indian company, I should know Indian management. And that's where the journey
Okay.
started. And, my entrepreneurship was all about understanding to run an Indian company the Indian way. And
Right.
that's where, I got attracted to Chanakya as one of the world's finest management gurus and leadership gurus. So the thought slowly came in, and today it's become so big.
Yes, absolutely. That is amazing. So tell us about this journey. Like, so you started with, how did you go back? How did you study about Chanakya? What books did you study? Where did you study? Tell us all about it.
Yes. So it so happened that when I became an entrepreneur, so I was looking out for the kind of an Indian wisdom, and as I told you, I just struck upon the teachings of Chanakya in two of his books called Arthashastra and Chanakya Niti. So I've been
Yes.
very fortunate that the reading culture has been there from childhood. And when I read the Arthashastra for the first time, I did not understand anything.
Okay.
Sanskrit, too much, literature, and very
Okay.
academic in nature. And then I went to my spiritual guru, Swami Tejo Menanji, and he said, you have to
Okay.
study it. And therefore, I went to
Okay.
Kerala, where Chinmaya Mission has got a research center. It's a place where Adi Shankaracharya was born, and
Okay.
called as Adi Shankara Nilayam. Today we have the Chinmaya
Okay.
University there, and I went
Okay.
over there, and I've been fortunate that the Gurukul system is
Okay.
what I studied in. So 6,000 Sanskrit sutras of Arthashastra. I came back and I started applying that in my business. And
Okay.
I was stuck. Like friends like you said, अच्छा कहाँ गया था? Where were you, Radha? For so I said, Chanakya पढ़ने गया था. Oh, Chanakya. And then he said, why didn't you come and give a talk in my company? Why didn't you come and
Huh.
discuss? And I never knew that actually that whole talk discussion, which I learned, which I was actually applying in my business, it's a company called as Atma Darshan into spiritual tourism.
Okay.
I didn't
Wow.
know I was applying in my business, but people used to get a lot of tips and suggestion from Chanakya's teachings.
Right.
And then the turnaround happened when, the Times of India group actually called me and said, why don't you write a column on Chanakya's principles of management? I said,
Wow.
wow. So, I started looking at Chanakya more as a management person rather than a political person. And,
Right. Right.
I started writing, and then my first book came out, Corporate Chanakya.
Huh.
That's where the
Right.
turnaround happened. It's very popular. And from Corporate Chanakya, it's almost like 20, 21 books till now, all
Okay.
on Chanakya.
Wow.
But apart
Wow.
from an author, I became a trainer, I became a speaker, and then I completed my PhD in the University of Mumbai. And suddenly, I'm an academician. I'm a director of a leadership institute in the University of Mumbai. So, in one line, if I
Amazing.
were to tell you how has been my journey, so as they say,
Yeah.
जब ऊपर वाला मेहरबान तो गधा भी पहलवान.
You are being very modest, Dr. Pillai, very modest. You cannot call yourself Gada. I mean, the amount of padai likhai, oh my God, you will not believe. Just to ask you these 10 questions, I have gone through all of your videos, so many of your PDFs, so many of this. So I am already feeling brighter.
I will go
So
back. I'll go back to the ma'am, about you asked me about your childhood. You should actually ask my school teachers and principal. And
huh,
they actually call me as a chief guest today to the same school. And the
huh.
first instance is that is it the same Radha?
Amazing. That is so amazing. I know. So tell me, so like you started on this journey and all. Were there any obstacles or challenges, and how did you overcome them? I mean, like why Chanakya? Did people ask you why Chanakya? Is it relevant? I mean, whatever. Were there any obstacles?
So I would say that obstacles are a part of any journey, everybody's
Okay.
journey. So it's like
Okay.
when you pack up for a vacation, also you have a backup plan. So you have food
Hmm.
being packed up, first aid being packed up, you have extra dresses, of course, extra cash and
Right.
credit card. Now
Yes.
remember one thing, even in life journey, you will have obstacles, but the
Hmm.
smartness lies actually not thinking about obstacles, but planning what if obstacles come. And let me tell
Wow.
you, there have been many obstacles. The first obstacle actually was when people who believed that, Chanakya in today's day possibly nahi hai, you know. Why are you
Correct.
correcting an inch? Oh, it's good for appreciation and post retirement.
Okay.
So a lot of people
Okay.
have this funny idea about Bhagavad Gita also, and they said, you know, ये सब, you know, after retirement के लिए ठीक है, before you die, but this is not
Huh.
practical. So I
Okay.
think the
Okay.
obstacle was really a mindset. It was saying that, you know,
Okay.
our country has been so much colonized, and today is a whole generation of decolonization, and saying that let's
Okay.
go back to our roots, try to understand. Nothing, we have to learn from the West also. But let us also
Right.
understand that as a, you know, tradition, as a culture, we have so much wisdom of the past.
Huh.
In fact, we
Okay.
have all heard Dada Dadi ki kahaniya, and the
Huh.
wisdom always goes from one generation to another. And imagine
Another.
thousands of years. So I think the first mindset block was that he's a nice guy. Radha is a nice guy. He speaks about Chanakya. But then, you know, is it relevant? Will it make me money, profitability in business? And I said,
Yeah.
okay, I
Yeah.
can make money. You can make money. Together we can become rich. Really?
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that was more like, you know, can we accept this as something practical and result oriented? So that was the obstacle. Other
Right.
obstacle I found is that, and probably it was my inner problem, I expected that I will become success overnight because I have some unique formula of Chanakya. Then I realized, you
Okay.
know, everything takes its own time for growing, and the longer it takes,
Okay.
it's better.
Okay.
Because then you are more
Okay.
sustainable. Because if you try to be an overnight success, you will definitely fail.
Yeah.
It's like a
Okay.
flare of, you know, it comes up and goes down. I've been
Right.
fortunate that I've been in this particular field for the last 20 years. And I said, wow,
Wow.
the kind of a work that I'm doing, I traveled across almost 25 countries, teaching in various universities, including the Oxford and the Cambridge and, you know, Germany. I was like,
Yes.
wow.
Yes.
But the whole
Wow.
beauty over here is that how did I overcome the obstacle? I'll tell you something.
Amazing.
Never fight a battle alone. Take some friends along.
Okay.
So I
Yes.
think in the life journey, you always should have friends who will be part of your
Right.
journey. Now you are
Right.
part of my journey. So it's like, you know,
Right.
together we collaborate. And as they say in the life journey, if you have some, you know, friends along with you, you can chit chat, you can laugh a bit, have some, you know, cup of coffee together. So I think
Yes.
never make your life journey a lonely journey or a one-man show. Okay, and you get into
Okay.
all these funny ideas of depression, anxiety because you're all alone. But I believe
Right.
my journey has been of togetherness. My journey has been of collaboration. My journey has
Okay.
been about give and take, not only take. And therefore, I think
Okay.
whenever a problem comes, as Amitabh Bachchan says, phone a friend. So
So
that's a
cute.
lifeline. That's a lifeline.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a
Chanakya also
lifeline.
says this, you know, whenever you fight a
Yes.
battle, have some mitras along with you. So I can list
Okay.
down 200 obstacles because every time there'll be something or other. But if you
And
have
then there
God's
was a
grace, you have wisdom,
right.
and you have friends, no obstacle is an obstacle.
Amazing. That is amazing. We have a question so that before it rides up this, what would Chanakya say about repetitive mistakes? What
Oh, wow.
is
Yeah, so it's a
what
nice
would
question. In fact, it's a very nice question. What about repetitive mistakes? Mistakes are very, you know, natural part of learning. So I think we also
okay.
fall down when we were a child, and you know the mother helps us out and saying, "Chala bacha, और एक बार try करो, और एक बार try करो." So one thing is
Okay.
that you're doing mistakes. Okay, first of all, you have to be aware it's a mistake. Many people are not even aware it's a mistake. They keep repeating. So I would suggest
Right.
that one of the things not to repeat mistake is to have somebody who hands hold you in the beginning stages. See,
Okay.
mistakes, if it is
Okay.
continuously happening, then you know it's not good. But how do you
Right.
avoid repetitive mistakes? Simple. As I told the
Correct.
example, when you're falling down, your mother is holding you, your grandmother is holding you. So you will
Right.
fall. Maybe you'll fall the second time, but second time you're
Yeah.
better. Third time you're better.
Yeah.
So I
You're
think
right.
in life situation, please make sure that you have some guru, coach, guide, teacher who actually tells you how
Directly.
not to do this mistake again and again. In fact, you know,
Amazing.
I would say the other way around. If you have a guru, coach, guide, mother along with you, you will not do that mistake. And it
Okay.
said in Chanakya Niti that you don't have
Yeah.
to do mistakes to learn. You can actually
Right.
hold on to somebody who is more matured than you and learn from
Okay.
their mistakes.
Great. That is amazing. That is really good. So, a friend of mine who also lives in my building, when she heard me that I was going to interview you, first thing she said is, "That's very brave of you." Now, that really put me in a panic state. I said, "What do you mean?" So, she's Anju Tandon. She knows you from your yoga days. And like we were just talking about the relevance of Chanakya Niti, and she told me that 20 years back, when you started your company, you used to hand over your people one key, one laptop, a set of duties, and set of targets, and said, "Kahin se bhi kaam karo." Is that true?
Yeah, it's absolutely true.
So relevant in the pandemic times. So how did you come up with this concept 20 years back?
See, I'll tell you what, I always believed that you should never build a company. You should build
Okay.
people who will build your company. Okay, so many people look at organizations, but organizations are dead without human beings. So what is your
Right,
goal as a business leader is to create more leaders. And it is
right,
said very clearly, if you want to make somebody a leader, let's say in
right,
Chanakya, he's creating a king, but the king should have a kingdom, right?
right, right.
So, my office is their kingdom and saying that take the laptop, take the key, you decide. By the way, today we have moved on to a bigger office and a very nice corporate office in Bombay.
Wow.
And,
Congratulations.
we don't have, muster, and not pandemic, okay? We don't have a timing of coming and going. We don't have anything. We just have one weekly review. And believe me, you'll be
Okay.
surprised when we don't even have targets. No, that was a
Wow.
target. We don't even have targets. We want people to be productive and also happy. So we sit together and discuss कि ये साल क्या करना है, कितना पैसा कमाना है, क्या क्या करना है.
Wow.
And believe me,
Wow.
first you have to test the right people before you trust them. Okay, so
Right.
test. So you should make sure that the people who join you are the one who are aligned to your vision and mission in life.
Okay.
After that,
Okay.
it becomes easy, So I always have this rule which is called 3-1-3. Okay, remember this for
Okay.
all people who are in business. What is 3-1-3? The first 3 months, train them.
Okay.
Because somebody
Okay.
who comes in an organization or works with you, it's like a marriage for the first time. You don't know the
Okay.
house, you don't know who is the person, so you have to give that a little
Right.
bit of a honeymoon period.
Right.
Almost training.
Right.
After 3 months, they get into serious business. Okay, so if they have lasted
Right.
for 3 months, that means it's
Right.
going to work. But next 1 year, so 3 months, then 1 year, and after 1 year, you may think they're going to be with you. No, give them some more time. But if that people are going to stick to you for the next 3 years, then they will
Right.
never leave you. So
Oh my
3
God, that
months,
is
1
amazing.
year, and again 3 years totally. And all my, in my office, most of them are students only from Mumbai University. So you'll see that
Wow.
actually it's a Guru Shishya Parampara. I train them as leaders, and they continue to blossom as leaders. And one last tip: in my office, food is completely free for everyone.
Wow.
So it's like a home. The first thing that a mummy will ask you when you come, beta khana khaya hai, bhook laga hai. So we provide everything. It is not just about the laptop and key. It's about the atmosphere of being a part of a family.
Right.
And
Right.
it's a beautiful atmosphere. So a leader has to create an ecosystem of safety and productivity.
Okay. Okay. That was such a good advice. Okay, we have a question. What is the difference between revenge and justice? That's an interesting one.
So I don't think it's a difference. It's different totally. Okay.
Okay.
So revenge is a very negative thing that मैं बदला लूंगा, तुम्हें सिखाऊंगा. So that comes out of a little bit of a hatred and something that has hurt you. The hatred and hurt put together becomes revenge. But justice is something that everybody has to do. Everybody has to give. And the Sanskrit word for justice is called nyaya. Okay, so if you are in a leadership position, if you are in a position where you are, guiding people, you need to be giving justice also. So justice is not just given in the court of law.
Right.
Everybody in a house, let's say, a mother or a father or a grandfather or a grandmother also has to give justice. And justice is something which people don't know how to give also. Because if you give a judgment based out of hatred, then it is not a good justice. If you judge somebody based out of hatred, that's not good justice. So that's where the judges are trained in such a way that they are actually dispassionate. So the state of mind has to be calm and quiet. And let me quote Chanakya over here. He says very clearly that don't punish too much. Then you will become a terror. If you don't punish, you will be taken for granted. So if you give the right punishment for the right reason to the right person at the right time in the right quantity, the person
Right.
will be respected and honored. In
Wow.
fact, giving
So good.
justice is a leadership quality, and not having hatred is also a leadership quality.
So beautiful, Dr. Pillai. That was so well done. There is one very interesting question. In the first few chapters, Chanakya talks about life lessons, whereas in the last few chapters, he talks about spirituality.
Yeah.
Spirituality. Why so?
So I think it's all about the systematic arrangement of knowledge. So be it the
Okay.
beginning or the end, it's very seamless, So
Yeah.
it definitely talks about spirituality. If I were to be given an option, it starts with
Hmm.
spirituality and it ends with spirituality. So life is a
Oh,
full circle. So when you're a small baby, the first thing that you give them is values, isn't
okay.
it? You train them.
Right.
I think in every
Right.
culture, in every family, it's all about training the child to have values and
Hmm.
foundations of spirituality and tradition and culture. When you do
Right.
all the life, go through the life challenges and you're matured, when you're retired, you still go back and talk about values. Only the
Correct.
difference is that at the highest level, you're not only practicing values, but you're also teaching values to others. So in the beginning, when you're a child, you're learning those values in the form of spirituality. And we are old, when you're a grandparent, you're teaching the same values to the next generation.
So profound. That is so beautiful. There is another question. Do you also teach? It's a longer question, but do you also teach your students from the management lessons from the Bhagavad Gita?
Of course,
I
I do.
just twisted the question. Okay,
Of
you
course,
did.
I do. In fact, I would say that
Uh,
if you want to understand Chanakya, first study Bhagavad Gita.
okay,
Because you will
okay,
never understand Chanakya, because Chanakya himself talks about, the Mahabharata in the Arthashastra. So I would
okay,
say
okay.
studying the Bhagavad Gita is like ABC and Chanakya
Hmm.
is XYZ.
Okay, so I just wanted to know a little bit about your Chanakya Anvikshiki, the organization that you have. What is it all about, and what do you do with this?
It's a very nice question, Deepika. So what had happened is that in my last 20 years journey, almost for 15 years, I was almost like a one-man show. So I
Okay,
was the one who was like the speaker, the writer, the author. But there comes a point in life when you realize that the work is becoming bigger and you need to have a team. So the
right.
individual have to become an institution.
Okay,
And it so happened that my friends, I told you in all stages of my life, my friends always help me. So one of my friends told is, come on, Radha, you should float a company now. I said, float a company? Because now you are a management consultant, you are a trainer, you're a corporate speaker, you're a corporate author. So you require more hands and legs. I said, okay, that's great. And then this company was formed called as Chanakya Anvikshiki Private Limited, which actually
right.
has got 11 full-time employees and
Okay.
indirectly more than 50 people involved in training of Chanakya. And because
Oh,
of the company, we have actually doing a lot of programs. On an average, I do minimum one program a day, even today. And sometimes it has gone to 8 lectures on a single day. And how do I do it?
amazing.
Yes, yes, yes. On Teachers' Day, I remember during the pandemic, also September, I did 8 sessions with 8 different organizations. Of course, everything was online. So if you want to really grow, you should have a team. And today I have this particular
Correct.
company where we're doing a lot of training programs, right from parenting using Chanakya, about
Wow.
Chanakya and womanhood. And that is something very surprising. How to
Yes.
actually start up a company, Anvikshiki and the art of thinking, Saptanga model, leadership model. So we got at least 40, 50 programs that we deliver. We not only give it to the
Wow.
common people, we actually do university courses, we teach a lot of people. But I said, we need to have a complete organization. And that organization
Right.
is now Chanakya Anvikshiki Private Limited. And interestingly, all the employees or the people who work in the organization are actually my students.
Beautiful. That is so good. There is one very interesting question. What's your biggest fear? Curious to know. Yash. Yash wants to know this.
Biggest fear.
Yeah.
My biggest fear is that, probably I think too much.
Okay.
Because when I say fear, to be very frank, I don't have any fears. In fact,
Right.
I help people to come out of their fears.
Okay.
So, but one
Good.
person told me, yeah, yeah. So I was, one brain scientist actually mapped my brain.
Huh.
So, so there are a lot of, because I'm in the field of academics and all, one person actually mapped my brain and he took some reports out. There is an American research institution that he's tied up with. And he said something,
Okay.
you have a very interesting brain. So you
Wow.
have tremendous willpower and, you can do a lot of things. Of course, all this is by God's grace. But he told something very interesting that, being, in the field of Chanakya and analytical thinking, don't think too much because
Okay.
analysis leads to paralysis. So I think I suddenly got into that feeling. Okay, so what I've started doing is that I am now developing some
Yeah.
aesthetic part of mine, not just the
Okay.
logical part. So I play
Okay.
musical instruments. I try to paint and color. I like to
Wow.
do something. Try to spend a lot of time with plants and flowers. So I think my biggest, I would not say fear, but at least one thing which I'm aware of it, that you can't be only logical, analytical. You need to have a
Yeah.
sense of sense of freshness through aesthetics, appreciation of beauty, listening to people, and I've of course reading poems, watching movies, and also
Wow.
a sense of romance also has to be there in life.
Absolutely. And you spend a lot of time with your children. I've seen the videos that your children put up. Wow, they're like you in the making. Oh my God, they're actually reciting and educating kids on Sanskrit. So that is so good. That is amazing.
No, in fact, I would thank my wife for that.
Okay.
She's an
So she's
amazing person, Surekha. As I told you right
okay.
from childhood, I've been a family man. And I believe
Okay.
that, whether it's your office is also your family. Your
Right.
wife, your parents, your in-laws are your family, your friends are your family. And definitely your
Right.
children are also your family. And I'll tell you,
Right.
it's so beautiful for me to cut off and just be with them like a child. Because, one of the
Wow.
biggest problems with people like us, is that, sometimes success can go into your head.
Yeah.
So the best thing to
Correct.
do is,
Absolutely.
be childlike and not childish.
Right. So
So I
nice.
think,
So sweet. That is amazing. Okay, there's one very interesting question. Nisha Gupta says, would you say that deceit is valid for way of achieving objectives if it is for the greater good? Because in the Mahabharata itself, without the deceit, the war wouldn't have been won. So would you?
yeah. So the way I look at it, that deceit may happen to you. Okay. So Mahabharata, as to give an example, is a story of deceit, but also it's a story of wisdom. So if you want to
Okay.
really grow, see, deceit may happen, but I'll tell you something. Never,
Hmm.
never fight out of hatred. I think this is very
Okay.
important to know. It is not just between the Pandavas and the Kauravas. It is also the advice given by Sri Krishna. Now look at
Okay.
Sri Krishna. He was a cousin, isn't it? So of course there is a cousin between the Pandavas and the Kauravas, and he himself supported both.
Right.
Now you
Okay.
wonder, how did you support both? If you remember the story where
Yeah.
Duryodhana became very adamant. Krishna
Right.
went to him as a Shanti Dut and said, you should not do this. So you are actually
Yeah.
trying to fool, and you're deceiving, the rightful heir to the throne. But Duryodhana was very adamant. Then he said, okay,
Right.
I'm the person who is coming with a Shanti Dut message and saying I'm a peaceful person trying to make peace between both of you. But if you can't, then let's go for war. Now Mahabharata
Right.
teaches us, try what Chanakya says, Samadana Danda Bheda. Try the
Yeah.
method of discussion. Even if you're defeated, start with discussion. Don't go into war immediately. But
Right.
unfortunately, what happens that war sometimes can't be avoided. We see that in a lot of families also. When लातों के भूत भातों से नहीं मानते, तो कोर्ट में जाना पड़ता है.
Correct.
So this was an extreme case, but Krishna was
Huh.
neutral. Let me tell you this,
Yeah.
because same Krishna's army was fighting on the side of Duryodhan, and he himself was nihatya, without weapon, on the Pandava side. So
Right.
Krishna never had any personal agenda. Unfortunately, we
Right.
blame Krishna for the Mahabharata war. It is not true. And the last
Yeah.
point which I want to tell is that he was on the side of Dharma, not on the side of
Yeah.
Pandavas.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
Pandavas were on the side of Dharma, he supported them.
Yeah.
But remember, his army
Right.
is on the other side. So if life
Right.
deceit happens, you stand for your rights. Okay, you stand
Right.
for your rights, but don't forget, you also have to do your duties.
Right.
That's how
Right.
you come out of that.
Absolutely. Right, absolutely. Okay, I wanted to know, so one of the Chanakya Niti things say that good governance is that the last man in the village is happy. Do you think that is possible in today's political scenario?
100%, 100%. And it is not a utopian idea that, the last man can be happy. No, it is possible. So let me take an example. Maybe just a couple of generations ago, we had joint family. Okay. And
Right,
in joint family system, there could be anything from, 40, 50, 60 people together.
right.
Isn't it wrong? But tell me one thing.
Yes,
Wouldn't the wisest person, the father, and maybe the mother or the grandfather, the grandmother, ensure that everybody is happy? So the,
correct.
the
Yes.
grandmother will ensure कि सबने खाना खाया क्या?
How sweet.
No, that's a duty of a family.
Yes,
And the
yes,
family head, the same thing, the
yes,
father or the grandfather ensure कि सब लोग कमा रहे हैं क्या?
yes,
So in a
yes.
family, if you can multiply that there are 50 people, but everybody is safe, secure, taken care, fed, wealthy
Right,
enough, then the whole
right.
family is happy. Now multiply
Yes,
that into a country. The main head of the country, a president, what a politician, prime minister, whatever you call it, or maybe a king, a monarch, his duty is that till the last man is not happy and taken care, you are not a
right.
great king. So therefore it is said till the last man in the last village is not happy, your duty is not done. And let me tell you, it is not about 50 people or 130 crore people. It is about the
Yes,
attitude, because the grandmother knows that 50 people have to be fed, and she will ensure that even if the resources are less, थोड़ा थोड़ा सबको खिलाएंगे, शायद खुद भूखा रहेगी. It is
correct.
not a utopian idea. And by the way, there is a process which Chanakya talks about in the Arthashastra as well. So it is a
Okay,
reality that we should achieve.
okay. I hope so, and I hope so this happens soon. We're working towards it, है ना?
Yes,
Okay,
हो
so
जाएगा. हमारे generation में हो जाएगा. I am also working towards it. I'm a part of that process as well.
yes, yes. So, you've trained so many organizations, people, and all. Have you come across, or like probably, do you think that in today's world, other than you, is there a person that is close to the Chanakya, Acharya Chanakya's personality, corporate politics, anyone?
Yeah. So my guru, Dr. Gangadharan Nair, who actually taught
Okay,
me the 6,000 sutras of Arthashastra word by word, he told me something
okay,
very interesting. He said there is a
right,
Chanakya in each one of you. Okay, so there is not just an organization, but I think there's a Chanakya in each one of us. So what is the
yeah,
meaning of Chanakya? One is the person and one is the
okay,
personality. So
okay,
you can actually build your personality through the thought process of Chanakya. That
okay,
means number one, you
okay,
have to be smart, you have to be intelligent, you should also have
okay,
aesthetic sense, a sense of
okay,
beauty and appreciation. But remember one
okay,
thing, the Dadima
okay.
and Dadaji example, if you can make everybody happy, and of course, if you can achieve all the results, you are the Chanakya of that particular organization, family, or country. Coming back to your
So nice.
question, that do we see Chanakya? So many of them, not one, many.
Okay,
So I would
okay,
always look at saying that if you're seeing a company which is doing very well, there is some Chanakya there. If there is a family which is doing very well, there is somebody who's actually working for somebody else, for
right,
everybody else. And in
right.
political level, of course, I would say that every king will have a Chanakya as an advisor.
Ah,
So I would say, just since you asked this particular question, that one of the greatest living Chanakyas that happened in our close to our generation was Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel.
okay,
So he's the one who actually did one of the most phenomenal works by uniting India from
yeah,
550 princely states to one nation. So I think every
okay,
organization, every country, every generation will find its Chanakya. The question
Chanakya,
here is that, can you invoke the Chanakya inside you as an individual?
right. Yes, and for that we should read your book, Chanakya and You.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Yes, so there is one question that is coming again and again, people skills by Chanakya, and another question which is kind of connected to that. He says, I'm 15 and I struggle a lot when it comes to communicating with people in class too. I find myself incapable of influencing my peer.
Okay.
So, two questions here.
Yeah. So the first one is about people skills. I think the most successful people in any field actually have people skills.
Okay.
If you want to be really successful, you should know what is, human psychology. So, किसी को भूख
Okay.
लगे तो खाना दो, किसी को जॉब चाहिए तो जॉब दो, किसी को सुनना
Right.
है, some people just want somebody to listen to them.
Listen.
So
Right.
you should understand how people think, and the beauty is that every individual is unique.
Okay.
So our problem is we want everybody to be like us, but the beauty of nature is everybody cannot be like you, but everybody can be unique, because you are unique,
Okay.
that person is unique. So if you can actually understand uniqueness of each person, believe me, you will develop amazing people skills. Nature never likes to duplicate. Even two identical twins are not the same. And the mother exactly
Okay.
knows that even if they're two identical twins, एक को ज्यादा भूख लगता है और एक को कम भूख लगता है, एक को sugar
Right.
पसंद है तो somebody likes spice. So
Okay.
understand the psychology, you will understand people. Coming back to the second question, when you said, I don't like communication, or I cannot communicate very easily,
Yeah.
maybe by nature you are an introvert. Okay, and that's okay. First of all, accept yourself. Now, if it is becoming a psychological problem of you cannot
Hmm.
communicate, let me tell you, there are 3 tips. There are many tips. So if you can't communicate to the person directly, communicate to that person indirectly. So what is the meaning of communicating? So, when we were in schools and colleges, our generation was very different, where, boys would never speak to a girl. So what do
Right.
you do?
Yes.
So there's a communication problem of that generation. So what do you do? So basically you tell one of your friends, but you need to go and tell this girl or boy. So if you
Right.
communicate directly, indirectly. So, the boys used to tell their sisters, तेरी friend है, उससे जरा बात करा लेना.
Correct.
So remember one thing, it is about expression and trying to communicate. There is another method. The
Right.
second method
Right.
is written
Yeah.
communication.
Right.
So, that's why it has been used as a psychological tool. People who
Okay.
get into so much of, loneliness, one of the therapies to give one is write a diary every day.
Yes.
Believe me, because you want to speak, you can't speak. Maybe that's a mental block, and human beings want to express. Okay.
Correct.
So what is very important is that you should write down if possible, if you can't speak directly. So 2 methods
Okay.
I give you. The first one is indirectly communicate with the help of others. Second is write
Right.
down, you'll feel lighter. And the
Yeah.
third and the most important, very, very important human psychology. Every single
Right.
person in the world likes
Yeah.
appreciation.
Okay.
They like appreciation, okay? So
Yes.
suppose you want to
Yes.
speak to somebody, you don't know how to start the conversation. That's a bottleneck, starting problem. I'll tell you, just write a nice line or speak something good about that person. A simple appreciation.
Right.
You're looking good today. I think this color
Right.
suits you. Or, I just saw
Yeah.
your photograph in that particular magazine or on Facebook. Believe me, that ice is already broken.
Correct. How nice.
So
That is
don't
such
feel
a.
shy.
Yeah.
Don't feel shy. I would just say, it's okay to be alone, but don't be lonely in life.
Oh, such good advice, Dr. Pillai. That is amazing. I hope that helps you, Aditya. I think you've got very, very valuable answers here. Okay, there's one, since we've gone back into school days and youth and all, there's Sahil asking you, what's the silliest thing that you found in youth? I think he found in youth, and you can also say, what did you do? What was the silliest thing you did according to your today's Dr. Pillai's vision?
So I think the silliest thing, there are many silly things in my life, and life
Okay.
is not good without being silly. So I think the best thing and the silliest thing that happened in my life is I got married.
Surekha is going to come and kill you now.
No,
I,
don't worry. We have forgiven each other forever.
Okay, I will call her after the interview and confirm that.
I would have an advice to everyone, anybody who is in doubt of getting married, please get married, okay? And then you'll understand
Okay.
how beautiful life is. So for all the jokes that's happening around of marriages, believe me,
Yeah.
the institution of marriage is one of the best institutions our human race has created. Okay. So,
Absolutely.
I work with a lot of young boys and girls, and of course, various generations also. Believe me,
Yeah.
marriage is a perfect combination of being sincere and silly.
Yeah.
So be sincere in your relationship, but be a little bit silly also. That is the fun
Okay.
element of life. And I believe me, I'm complete because of being a married person.
So nice. Okay, then there are, oh my God, these questions. I'm not able to focus on what you're saying because the questions are just flowing. Okay, first I'll do my questions, then we'll go to these questions. These are so beautiful. Okay, what is one of the best policies from the Chanakya Niti that you find? One of your most favorite ones that you probably go back to very often.
So there are many. Okay, I think well, every single advice of Chanakya is like a gold mine. I just told
Right.
about this, never fight a battle alone, take some friends
Yes.
along. But there is
Yes.
one thing which I always told people about one Chanakya's very profound statement and a very practical statement. He says, Artha eva pradhanaha. The whole world runs around money. I said, wow, what a
Okay.
money-minded person he is. But I realized one thing that, what he's trying to tell is that the whole world, okay, takes decisions which are financial. Isn't it true?
Okay. Yes.
So, if you want to be successful, you have to be very clear that you should have money on your side.
Right.
Okay. So,
Okay.
one of the things
Okay.
that have really affected me, be a wealth creator. Okay. And let me tell you,
Okay.
never ever feel guilty about making money. Okay. Never feel, because a lot of people in India, especially our generation, doesn't want to discuss money openly. And कोई बड़ा
Yeah.
पैसा वाला बना है तो वो चोर है. Why do we have this funny ideas, believe me, it is said in
Hmm.
Chanakya Niti also, dharmasya moolam artha. Even if you want to do good work, you should have money.
Yeah.
And good money coming from the dharmic way. So create money in
Yeah.
the right way and use the money
Right.
for the right objective. So I think one of
Right.
the profound lessons I've realized, and a very practical tip, is that be on the side of good money, earn money for good work. Artha eva pradhanaha. Very practical.
Oh,
And that's why he could make not only individuals, but India as a country the richest part of the world. So create
wow.
money, enjoy money, and also give it to others, share your money.
Wow. That is amazing advice. Okay. Now, one policy, this was one of your favorite ones. One policy that you disagree or don't think is relevant. I mean, whichever one from the Chanakya Niti.
So
Is
there
there
were,
any?
yeah, so there were many of them initially I did not agree to, but over a period of time I started realizing, these are all the profound wisdom of the
Hmm.
ages. You may
Hmm.
have doubt about it, but time will only prove that, you
Hmm.
have to agree, because the principles we don't change with time. So let me give you
Right.
one example, okay? So
Hmm.
Chanakya, I'm talking about that particular generation. When you talk about woman empowerment, okay, so a lot of
Yeah.
people have this whole idea about, woman empowerment being very different in our generation. So, there is
Hmm.
one thing where, he takes, the wife should be given a certain sum of money, okay? And,
Okay.
she can
Okay.
take care of the house, and if she wants, she can go out and everything like that. So I used to wonder, why you are trying to make everybody a homemaker, while in our generation,
Hmm.
everybody wants to go and work outside and prove themselves and have independent finances, woman empowerment.
Right.
But
Right.
today I realize one thing, actually, women are very happy when the husband is earning more than them. Of course, they should also
Yeah.
earn themselves. But the reality is that
Yeah.
it is not about money, it's actually about the freedom of finances.
Right.
So initially, I
Right.
disagreed on this fact, why should women be sitting at home? And I specifically come from a community in South India
Yeah.
called the Nair community from Kerala, where women are very powerful. So it's a matricial
Right.
system. And if in our place,
Yes.
the woman, or my mother, my daughter, my wife, everybody like very powerful. But at the same
Yeah.
time, he said, why is he telling that, let's women be at home, and if they want, they can work. Today, I look at it saying that be at home or at work. Give freedom to a woman to decide what she wants to do.
Amazing. Happy Women's Day. That's like just around the
Coming up.
corner.
Yes, yes. Same to you. I'm a feminist, by the way.
That is so sweet. That is so sweet. So, one more thing, I wanted to know today, if not Chanakya, I mean, this is one question that this, if you were not, enamored by Chanakya, who would it be? What is the next person that would have, caught your fancy?
I would have been Radhakrishnan Pillai.
No, somebody from, say, from the Mahabharata or Ramayana or from those times.
Yeah. So I think it's a very nice question, because, I have got many role models who have inspired me. Okay.
Okay.
So not only Chanakya, but, Swami Chinmayananji, Swami
Right.
Vivekananda, and, a
Right.
lot of other leaders, including my
Right.
father for that particular matter, So I would
Yeah.
say that, I will tell you, when I was a young boy in my colleges, I used to have multiple role models and say,
Hmm.
इसके जैसे बनना है, इसके जैसे बनना है, इसके जैसे बनना है, but किसके जैसे बनना है?
Correct.
Okay. So
Correct.
I remember writing a letter to Swami Tejumananji and saying that, I
Hmm.
like this bhaiya also and that bhaiya because we are part of the youth wing of Chinmaya Mission. So, they
Okay.
were all,
Okay.
they're like, big brothers and sisters. We looked upon as becoming role models. So I said, whom
Okay.
should I
Okay.
become, like this person or this person or that person? And I got a
Right.
beautiful reply from him saying that, don't try to become one of them. Take the good
Okay.
qualities of all of them and become an original.
Amazing. That is such good advice. So there is this one question that is they're saying. Sorry, I mean, there's so many questions that keep going. What is this is one from me. What is the role of yoga in your life?
Yeah, very nice. So, in my life, number one is the yogasanas, as we call, right from, the different pranayam and yoga exercises that we do.
Hmm.
So, I've been fortunate that, my father has been a practicing yogi. He's a meditator.
Hmm.
So, naturally, that I follow, for the last almost, I would say around 25, 30 years, I've been practicing yoga. But
Okay.
I've been very blessed that, something happened very strange with yoga and my personal life, that the
Okay.
government of India, when at the United Nations was given that whole beautiful, the one of the achievements that, International Yoga Day will be celebrated globally. Can you believe,
Right.
actually, I am one of the biggest organizers of yoga festivals globally. Okay,
Wow.
so when the government of India actually did its first International Yoga Day academic conference, I was the main organizer along with the government of India.
Right.
So
Right.
also today I'm one of the promoters of yoga. But remember one thing, it's not only at the physical level of yoga asanas, it's also the mind level and the spiritual level. So yoga means exercises to moksha and spirituality for me.
Wow, that is so beautiful. Okay, one question. How do you find the purpose of life? This is Sudesh. Almost with this is Achal. How to know when to stop and leave in a career, a course, or a relationship?
Wow. So two questions. The first question being how to find your purpose in life. Okay, so I'm
Yeah,
saying that, I would want all of you to watch my video. You can just Google it or in YouTube it's there. Finding your Swadharma. Okay, so
yes,
purpose is actually something which you are born for. Okay, so the process
correct.
where you can watch it, but in simple way, I would say that, you have to look within to find your purpose. And I'm telling you, in
Okay,
pandemic, when you could not go out, a lot of people have gone inside and they've discovered their calling. Okay, so how
yes,
to find it
yes,
is not outside, it's always inside out. The second
right.
thing I would like to tell you is that if you have not found your purpose in life, it's fine. You know, Align and join a person who has found his or her purpose in life.
Wow, that is beautiful.
Absolutely. So look at Hanumanji. Hanumanji is an ordinary person, but he found his purpose in life by aligning to Rama's purpose to go and find
Okay,
Sita.
right.
So if you look at it, Hanumanji is a perfect combination of having no purpose, but actually having a purpose which is larger than my egoistic little purpose of what I want to achieve. So friends, don't worry.
Wow.
Everybody can have a purposeful life, if not just a purpose in my life.
Wow. So brilliantly put. So beautiful. So beautiful.
Now to the next question, when to leave a particular person, organization. See, I'll tell you,
Right.
if you have a doubt, that means the time has not yet come. When the
Okay.
right time
Okay.
comes, it will just happen naturally. So two examples.
Correct.
When the fruit is ready, okay, it's completely ripe. Even the tree cannot keep it. It will fall on its
Yeah.
own. The second
Right.
example is when the child in the mother's womb has fully developed. After
Right.
that, it's a danger for the mother and the child also. So a time comes and everybody's worried, "Arey yaar, abhi chalo, chalo." The doctors will make sure that the child is coming out. But I'll tell you,
Right.
in relationship, you have to understand, don't break a relationship. Okay?
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
example, if you have to walk away for whatever reasons also, please remember that one of the questions, don't break the relation out of hatred. Okay, don't
Correct.
break the day
Correct.
because we are all human beings. Sometimes we have to part. Sometimes you have to leave
Yeah.
organizations, you have to leave countries. But I'll tell you one
Yeah.
thing: there is a sense of completeness when a part of you gets separated.
Yeah.
So don't think that departure is bad. Departure is actually good, but it has to be a
Good.
mature departure. And can I tell you
Right.
one more formula? Before you are
Please.
kicked out, gracefully walk out.
Right. That's a smart one.
Absolutely. So, one practical tip, Chanakya makes you very practical. Suppose you don't know when to depart or when to break off. Remember one thing, there's a formula called ask the elders. So
Okay.
consult somebody. So never take a decision, arrive at a decision with the help of matured people. They will tell you what to do and what not to do.
Right. Absolutely correct. Okay, so there is one more question. Do you agree that India is a status-driven society?
100%. And not only status driven, ego driven society. I would say that, I would not
Yeah.
say India, I would say that, our generation was lot about status. Lot about status.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, every
Yeah.
culture, every country will have its own definition of status. Unfortunately, today the success means, at least today our generation, is more about the external achievements. Gadi,
Right.
Bangla, and
Right.
now it is also gone to education. अच्छा मेरा बेटा कैम्ब्रिज से पढ़ के आया है. Very good. Which board does your child go to? अच्छा अच्छा तुम गवर्नमेंट स्कूल में जाते हो. मेरा बेटा तो IB में जाता है. How can you look at all these factors? Now I not say
Yeah.
India, but if you look at it in our culture, actually status meant the highest person in the society was a person who had the status of a guru. So teachers
Yeah.
were the most respected, and today it is the
Yeah.
moneyed person who's being looked upon as respected people. So I think
So
we'll have to
true.
learn from our wisdom that your dadima actually has the best status in the family. Your dadaji.
Yeah.
So today we have seen parents waiting to be grandparents. You know why? Because that's an upgrade in the family. So status
Right.
can mean different in different generations and in different culture. I think for me, if I were to look at it, one status we Indians should never forget that your teachers, your elders should always be respected. So aim to be a teacher very fast. You will get the highest
Right.
status and respect in the society.
Right. Absolutely. Okay, does Chanakya has something to say about the law of attraction?
Chanakya or everybody are rishis also. Everybody knew about the law of attraction. We are only
Okay.
putting into a fancy word called as law of attraction. But
Okay.
there is a different word in Sanskrit called sankalpa.
Okay.
What is sankalpa? You decide and you are very
Yeah.
determined. Believe me, it will come to you.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
fact, it is not a Western concept, it's actually an Indian concept. And
Okay.
visualization and going and achieving it. So there is a process called as sankalp se siddhi. So when you sit down
Okay.
for a puja also, there is a sankalp taken, isn't it? So the Panditji will ask
Yeah.
you the name, your gotra, your family, everything, and it
Yeah.
takes a sankalp.
Yeah.
That is also law
Yeah.
of attraction. But I'll tell you something
Right.
very good. In India, law of attraction is not about I, me, myself. You invoke the divine beings also. You seek the blessings of the elders also. Imagine
Wow.
if you have a purpose, something that you want to achieve, but sabse pehle, if you take the blessings of your elders and you take the blessings of God, you cannot fail.
Right.
Success has to come
Absolutely.
to you. So it's not just visualization, it's also the blessings with a spiritual purpose. That is law of attraction.
So true, so true, so beautifully put, Dr. Pillai. Okay, there are again two questions. So one person said, how do you be happy in every situation? And then this is for you. How do you maintain, sir, how do you maintain this captivating smile on your face?
So first of all, you have to do a natak. Then the natak becomes a habit. And the habit becomes your nature. Okay, so 3 steps. And I practice it, by the way, okay? So initially when you smile, it looks very artificial, it's like plastic smile. So you have to
Right.
somewhere, please understand this. What you put on your face, it's not just the makeup, it's also the feelings. And by the way,
Yes.
let me tell you, you can put a plastic smile, an artificial smile, but your eyes actually tell you whether you're
We'll
happy.
give it away. We'll give it away. Absolutely.
So your eyes can never lie. So in the
Right.
beginning stages, you have to actually, do it like an activity 3 times a day.
Yeah.
So stand in front of the mirror and smile and show your batisi. That is okay. But over a period of a time, your brain gets activated and saying that you have to smile, at least artificial smile when you meet somebody. But believe me,
Yes.
after a point of time, you'll start realizing a smile or a laughter is actually the best medicine. And the
Yes.
moment you actually start feeling it, by habit, it becomes your nature. So I don't know why it is not artificial anymore, okay? So
Yeah,
actually,
no,
guys, when
no.
I'm listening, I'm like, wow, wow, wow. So my
Yeah,
simple
yeah,
answer is that anybody can smile. And this is saying that, makeup is never complete without a smiling face. So make
correct.
sure
So
that you
true.
smile. And by the way, smile with your eyes, huh?
Yeah, not only with your lips
Not
and
only with
teeth.
your
Okay,
lips or teeth.
yes, yeah. So another thing is, what is the difference between greed and willingness to grow?
Very nice, very nice, very beautiful question. In fact, if you understand the difference between greed and ambition, okay, then you'll be truly successful. Greed is very personal, okay.
Okay,
It's all about I, me, myself, and sometimes there can be different types of greed. It can be for money, it can be
right,
for power, it can be for status. But remember, in
right,
greed, it's all about I.
correct.
Ambition can also be about I. But remember one thing: a truly ambitious person expands his vision beyond himself. So if somebody
Yes,
says, like our prime minister puts it, like, India has to be number one in the world. So you may say, okay, is he
yeah,
greedy or is he ambitious?
yeah,
Okay, so
right.
at one level he's saying, is he into the power play, or he's saying no, he wants to put India on the global map. So
Yeah.
ambition should be for a larger purpose. Greed is always for a selfish purpose.
Yes, that is so true, so true. There are a lot of questions that are in the question area, but I'm not able to somehow expand those. So, can I please request all you viewers to please put it on the normal comment section, then we can keep asking Dr. Pillai.
Yeah, ma'am.
Dr.
My
Pillai,
only request is that if you can have a couple of questions because I have another session coming up, as you know.
yes, 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 yes. So I just thought that, we're wrapping it up in case somebody wants to ask something. So just before we get into that, I want to say that everybody that is joining us from Dr. Chanakya Pillai's side, please follow the Paradigm Shift page. We bring you excellent personalities and stories like Dr. Chanakya Pillai that have made changes in their life, that have made shifts for their own and the society and the nation at large. And everybody that is joining us from the Paradigm Shift, please follow Dr. Chanakya Pillai, and we will be putting links in the description of this video. He has some excellent programs, leadership programs, all kinds of programs with the Chanakya Niti and Arthashastra. So we must enroll for that. At least me and my kids, we are enrolling for that as soon as possible, like we spoke right before this live. Doctor, so tell us any last words to the youth of today.
So I'm saying that all of you, the youth generation, the millennium generation, are lucky, very, very lucky, because you're no more a struggling generation. When we were
Yes,
children, it's all about roti kapda makan, then it became bijli sadak pani. So today, I think you have enough water, you have enough electricity. So one of the biggest challenges the youth can have is what to do in a successful country.
yes,
Okay, so I will
yes.
tell you. I'll tell you one thing. I would not even call it an advice, but I would say that this is something very important. Every youth should think about it. What do I want to do if I become totally successful? So we work
Okay.
for some particular level. So ask
Yeah,
yourself, suppose I achieve that total success in my life, what will I do? Your journey
yeah.
starts from there. So today is
Okay.
not about achievement. It is the question you should ask is that what if I achieve everything? At that time,
Okay.
what you will do is serve the people.
Right.
So you have to
Right.
give it back to the society. So it's not about I, me, myself. Fortunately, it's also not about I, me, and my family, because fortunately
Yeah.
everything is looking good economically in the right direction. But now the youth
Yes.
has to look at two things: the purpose in life and service in whatever purpose you find in life. So give it back to the society more than what we found in your life. That is the
Yeah.
only thing that you should focus on.
All right. That is such beautiful advice. Okay, I think we'll take just one last question.
Yeah.
What Chanakya said, don't go extreme and do things in limit, doesn't that limit ourselves?
I think it goes not only in Chanakya's advice, it goes to everybody's advice, including the Bhagavad Gita. Don't eat too
Okay.
much, don't eat too less. Don't sleep
Yes.
too much, don't sleep too less. So it is called as balance. Okay, so if you're not
Right.
able to balance, your body and your brain will get worn out. So if
Right.
I remember this, since it's a final question, I used to do a
Yeah.
lot of activities, and my body actually, could not take it after a point. And I remember
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
family doctor telling me, Radha, remember one thing: in Olympics, okay, in Olympics, there are two type of winners. Okay, one is called the
Yeah.
sprinter, and the second is called the marathoner. The sprinter runs very fast and achieves the goal by running 100 meters in a short period of time. The marathoner also achieves it, but for a long journey, he also gets gold. Now your body is getting worn out, your brain is getting worn out because you are more than using what is required. And then the advice
Correct.
is slow down, slow down, slow down,
Right.
and you will achieve more. And he said something so nice. He
Wow.
said, I don't want you to die early. I want you to live longer to serve the society.
Wow. That is such a beautiful this. So I think what we should do is we should let you, we should end this live so that you can prepare for your next session. You have 2 more sessions after this session. What we could also do is we could schedule another talk with you in the
Yes.
near future whenever this, where we can have more, address more questions and talk about more paradigm shifts related with Chanakya. Maybe that is one thing you could go back and see, so we could have that as a collaboration. That will be so nice. Thank you so much, Dr. Pillai, for your time, and it was an honor for our 50th episode. You're truly an inspiration, and we hope to see you way more on this platform. Thank you so much.
Thanks for the wonderful questions, and congratulations on the 50th episode. Very soon it will be 100 and beyond.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye. Good
Thanks a
evening. Have a
lot.
nice
Thank you.
day. Have a great weekend.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Yeah.